Welcome everyone to Tracxn Spotlights. Today we are absolutely delighted to be joined by Dimitri from Audit Firm, a leading fundraising and M&A advisory firm focused on helping companies raise capital and help them with successful exits. Right. Prior to Audit Firm, Dimitri has been part of Grant Thornton for more than 21 years. That's amazing, Dimitri. I mean, that's actually quite a lot of experience that you've had there, right? Dimitri, thank you so much for making the time to be with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So, Dimitri, if you can just throw some lights on your background, on your journey, how did you start your career in the IB industry? Were you influenced by somebody or it was your own choice? If you can just start off with that.
Well, to get in M&A space, you either got experience from the company you work, or you're influenced by someone close to you, and either you as an entrepreneur has some idea about the acquisition or selling your own company. In my experience, I've been introduced in M&A world through business school, which I did in Europe as HEC Paris, and the network you build is either your own network or the something like alumni from business school. So my alumni from my business school helps a lot because it's a very large network of entrepreneurs around the world, and using that network that helps to actually that's a very good experience to enlarge your experience in any particular area you work. So in my case, the M&A, some clients might wanted to enlarge and to do some small acquisition in Europe, and that's how I have been introduced in this M&A world through someone from my school, business school. They asked me to find the company to acquire, and then I started this journey.
Amazing. That's actually quite a. I mean, yeah, I've seen basically, the alumni groups and the colleges that we are actually part of are actually a major part of our influence that we actually for our next career, or that what we build at the foundation level, right? So, Dimitri, as you might be aware, we have been in an era where artificial intelligence has been a buzzword, and has been taking away a lot of attention from people. So, how has this changed the investment banking industry? Our entire work, how has this is this helping you boost your productivity, or is it not? How is it actually helping you in your day-to-day activities with M&A transactions as well as fundraising transactions?
Yeah. So first of all, AI helped me to reduce my costs in the firm. It's a lot of in M&A fundraising. It's a lot of legal aspects. You starting from LOI and finishing share purchase agreement, and for those documents and also legal due diligence, you usually, well, it's a costly to do that. And with the AI, all those processes can be done in an efficient way. So I reduced my legal costs for that, and streamlined with the help of AI tools. So many things now I do by my own, or some junior staff which is doing very complicated legal aspects with the AI tool. And that's the one part of making more efficient the internal process in terms of reducing costs and improving margin. And in terms of creating pipeline and getting more customers and reaching out investors, tools help to actually to find contacts, to find relevant competitors, investors, and so that helps also to improve pipeline and find relevant contacts.
That's amazing. So you have been actually using AI to boost up your entire productivity. Whatever was taking you basically, say for example, a week or 10 days, now it's basically happening within a day or so, right?
Yes.
And that's amazing. That's amazing. Even actually, we also have started basically using AI very aggressively. I think it's kind of helping us a lot to boost up our productivity, right? Something which would basically take us an hour or two is happening within a minute. I mean, that's amazingly well placed here. So, Dimitri, what advice would you give to people, right, who want to start off their career in the IB industry, right? I personally was very interested long back, right? Was very inclined towards the IB industry. So, what advice would you give to people who want to basically get into this entire journey?
In M&A.
Yes, M&A, fundraising, because I see a
Well,
lot from college, and then the college are interested to be part of venture capital industry, to be part of investment banking industry, right? They want to basically, they're super excited about how the M&A transaction happens, how exactly the diligence goes through. I mean, what steps do you go through in the diligence process? It's not a very easy thing. A deal basically kind of takes a very long time. So what advice would you give them?
The overall VC and the investment banking is very profitable in terms of the companies itself and the opportunities within the companies for employees and overall. And because it is profitable for the company and to be part of the company, usually the more profit you get, the less opportunity to be part of the team there is, and to be able to get to the investment banking world, the sooner you start to do anything, that's better. So the best book in investment bank I read only a few years ago. I wish I would read that at the start of my career. It is called Venture Deals, and it is written by Venture Deals. It is written by founders of Techstars. That's the U.S. One of the largest VC in US, like Y Combinator.
Mhm.
And it is written by VC specialists, by partners of large VC firms, and it is addressed to entrepreneurs who would like to do fundraising. Actually, I recommend this book to anyone who wants to do anything in investment banking, because it touches all the aspect of fundraising and M&A activity, and it helps to understand a lot of legal aspects in a very simple manner. They recently launched a webinar, which it's free, and it can be like applied by everyone. The thing is that they have limited places for those webinars, and the webinars are very good quality, and they are done by partners of the firm, and so that's very good source of information. And the more webinars, the more podcasts you read, you listen of partners from private equities, BBCs, the more you will be able to understand, like in this sector.
Okay, so understood. So Dimitri, tell me something. How difficult or how easy it is to get into this entire M&A process or fundraising process, right? Because I understand it's a very lengthy process. If I'm correct, right? So yeah, how do you explain this journey of identifying a buyer, right? Identifying the right investor. Is it really very easy, or it is actually a tremendously difficult job to basically identify the right match and convince the buyer or convince the investor, or and take care of the entire due diligence process?
Well, my experience that if you are doing that for the first time, you are an entrepreneur, you just launched the company, or you want to you're running the company as a business owner and you want to sell the company. If you're you do that for the first time, the best advice is to appoint a professional advisor, either broker or advisor who is doing that for the job, because there are so many aspects which normally you don't know how to do, what to do, that you, if it is your just one-off transaction in your life, you're doing this for fundraising or for you selling the business, so you don't need to spend a lot of your time and energy to do just one-off transaction. It's better to appoint someone. It's if you're fundraising, for example, for the first time, there are so many legal aspects which which entrepreneurs in 90% do not know, and the investment firm, whether it will be a VC or some professional investor, the terminology might be not so obvious, and the entrepreneurs, because of that, because of the lack of the knowledge, they might have so many unfavorable terms that they do not know until they will do an exit or they will do another round. So that's the first thing. Well, it's actually the second thing. First thing is to actually to get those investors interested to invest to you and or to buy you. So that part is very, very difficult, because you need to find the relevant buyer, relevant investor. So the relevant means that that who knows your sector, that who knows your location, your geography, and that who knows the size of ticket and the stage of development of your company. And to get understanding of this relevant investor buyer is very, very difficult, because of those aspects. You need to know how, you need to understand who is that ideal target. And for that, you actually you need to if you're doing that from scratch by your own, it's like a very, very difficult job to. And so that's first thing is to know who you need, a relevant person. Then you need to reach out. You need to understand how to reach out, how to to communicate your message through which channels, how to present yourself, and then there is also the question of the reaction, and how what is it the cold outreach or the warm outreach. Actually, the warm cold outreach, in most of the cases, it doesn't really matter. It matters that your product fits the buyer, the investor. And that fit is very difficult to understand whether it fits or not. So you need to enlarge a list of target people. If you need, well, from my experience, is to get one person actually invest to you, you need to reach out hundreds of people, and those hundreds they also needs to be very, very, very relevant. Because no one wants to receive the calls or emails or mail if it doesn't apply to your experience, your knowledge. So it will be regarded as spam. So, and in order to reduce that expectation, it's very difficult to get involved, to be engaged, the target audience.
Okay. That's nice. Yeah, because I have actually literally seen, Dimitri, people struggling with their entire, as I mentioned, in the journey of this fundraising. They try to do it all themselves, but they eventually, struggle to basically talk to the investors, negotiate with them or the buyers, right? A lot of times they also probably just fall on their face, and then they understand that they basically need an advisor or an investment banker to help them in the entire journey, because it's not that easy. So, Dimitri, what are you most excited for in the next 12 months?
Well, really, I like right now everything related to environment, social, and everything that reduce human footprint. And I see that hype that was maybe 2 years ago, it reduced. Still, there is money in which allocated to that area, and I see people, a lot of initiatives to in this particular area, how to reduce human footprint and make something towards a better life in this planet. So I'm very excited to see there are people, many people that like to do something. They find solutions, tech solutions, and try also to reduce cost of normal individuals, and to try to shift the charging individuals towards the companies, that companies pay for new initiatives that will help normal people to either to reduce their costs, like living costs, their family budget, and to get a better quality life, either through productivity saving, or just more savings, reducing electricity or reducing energy. So all that solutions that impact the individual life through solutions towards environment. That's very exciting for me, and I see that really people want to find more solutions in more effective way.
Amazing, amazing. And Dimitri, tell me something. You're based out of Austria, right? If somebody has to reach out to you, do you do deals outside Europe, say in Asia and your US as well? Or you're right now only focusing on that market? If somebody from US, Asia has to reach out to you, they can do that?
Well, my right now my opportunities go through my personal network, where I see there are more and more collaborative, much more opportunities come when you collaborate with someone. And
Absolutely.
if there are platforms which can help to find other people doing the same, and you can collaborate, that's much more cooperative way to do the things together, rather than doing by your own. And that's what is I like the platform, M&A fundraising platform, for helping meeting other people, other advisors or companies who would like to do fundraising or sell their business or buy another businesses. So this is a very, very good instrument to streamline this process, which is usually it is done by very, very close network and very close and small groups of M&A advisors, investment bankers. They were small, limited, and closed. But the platforms, it's online platforms. It's much more efficient and effective way to communicate and to make it more easy, open, and in fast way.
Correct. So thank you so much, Dimitri. Thank you so much for sharing your journey on how you started. It was really interesting because I could relate that with myself, with my entire career that I have been into, and helping us understand how this entire industry works and how AI is actually helping shape this entire industry in a much better way and efficient way by saving a lot of time and cost, right? So thank you so much, Dimitri. It was amazing talking to you. We'll just wrap it up.
Yeah, thank you very much.